Om Shanti, which means greetings of peace. I, by nature, am peace. I am Mark from the Lighthouse Retreat Centre in Worthing, and on this wonderful and very auspicious day about peace, I want to share with you a message of peace. It's a message which I have been studying and learning and practicing and teaching for the last 30 years or so. And it's a lesson that just gets deeper and more real and more important as time goes on. So this message is really the message of Om Shanti. Om, I am. Shanti means peace. It also means silence. It means stillness. It means quiet. Om Shanti. So this practice, this understanding, this studying of Om Shanti, for me, and I think for many people who know about that, have found that it's a way to really tap into the inner peace, the peace that's actually already existing inside the self. So the peace, or the idea of peace that I would love to share with you, is the idea that by nature, inherently, every human being is peaceful. I know as much as everyone that the world is rather contrary to that, and some individuals and groups are doing things very contrary to peace. But underneath that, it's like they also are striving for peace. Of course, the method they've used, we may conclude, is not a very good one, but everyone is trying to make their life safer, more protected. In other words, they want peace. Everyone wants peace. And the world has gone external to try and find peace, even so-called fighting for peace, which is quite a contradiction. But in actual fact, peace is our nature. We even say it's your original religion. So before someone is any other religion, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, or whatever, that is the religion of the person. But the underneath religion, the religion of the self, is peace. And actually, I think every religion is looking towards that original religion too, and some emphasize it quite particularly. So this religion of peace, or in Hindi they say Dharma, which much more means way of life, natural state. We are peace. But how to find that peace and experience that peace and live that peace? Very simple. If I can understand, or even just entertain the idea that I am, by nature, a very peaceful being. And in the meditation we teach, we say the being sits here in the center of the forehead, the soul. So the soul is peace. And when I know I am a soul and hold myself in the consciousness of that which I am, which is the soul, then that is known as having the third eye opened, because I'm now seeing myself with that spiritual vision, and I can see the world from that spiritual perspective also. So, I am peace. And it's really a journey of the inside out. That is, although it's so tempting to try and sort out everything on the outside, and you do to a certain extent, you can't ignore anything, but it's the inside journey, spending time, investing time actually, not spending it, investing time to go within, to explore the inner realms of your own consciousness. And the deeper you go, the quieter it gets. The deeper you go, it's like you can release the self from the attachment to the variety layers of surface consciousness, sometimes known as egos. But whatever we call it, ultimately, if we can go deep within, find and feel the original nature of the self, I am peace. And it's based on the recognition and experience that I, this soul, am immortal, I am eternal. Body, yes, created and will finish. But soul, the being, the spirit, the consciousness, whichever word we each like, the same thing in this context. The soul existed before this body, in other words, I existed before this body, and when this goes, which it surely will at some point in time, the self, I, me, shall continue. Now where I will go, I can't answer that question. I don't know my destination precisely, but that I will go, that I will continue, that alone allows the self to experience real peace, because the opposite to peace is fear. When I'm in fear, then I can't feel my original nature. So I'm not going to talk about that because this is about peace, but just having that awareness you're an eternal being, a being of spiritual light. And it's not an aspect of you, it is you. You who is thinking now, you who are listening to this right now, is a living being sitting in the forehead, listening through your ears, looking through your eyes to this message. So who are you? An eternal soul. And the moment you hold your awareness in that state of being the soul, so accordingly you feel peace. And the deeper you go in that, it's like you can release the self. This has been my practical experience. You can release yourself from the grip or the holding onto situations, circumstances, people, outcomes, desiring certain outcomes, so many things. And the more we release, the more we often realize that there was no need to hold on to that anyway. There was no need to hold on to them anyway. And it's not about ignoring, it's just about going inside and realizing what I really need, I have. And that awareness brings peace. It is peace. It brings it onto the surface. You feel that peace. The body is filled with peace because that background worry or anxiety that so many of us can experience starts to fade away. Because when you feel you are peace, then you can relax. And often we don't realize how much tension we're holding the body in. And when your body relaxes, and on a subtle level, it can fix itself. The body's got an amazing capability to fix itself. And so if there's any health issues, it helps the body to be peaceful. Of course, in relationships, when you're peaceful, when you're sitting inside and feeling your nature of peace, then you don't have to be right. You don't have to be first. You still are going to play the game of life, and it means to win. So yeah, you're not going to sit back and just watch the world go by. You're actively engaged, but at the same time, that lightness and easiness, that's the state of peace. And so our relationships get better. Yes, there's mistakes. I make mistakes. But what happens is you make up very quickly, meaning you reset the self very quickly. Okay, that didn't go too well, back up, I am peace, they are peace, let's move on. And that way things are solved very quickly. The whole world needs peace. And although, yes, we seem like just small individuals, and we are, but we can contribute to the growing subtle energy of peace that is circumnavigating the globe. There's a lot of people like you and I who are really concerned for peace. And every time we have a thought and a feeling of peace, then that contributes to that background energy of peace, which is helping to bring the planet back into its equilibrium. So these are the things which I feel really useful and important to us. They've been so important to me. It's the basis of my life for many, many years. And it's a journey. We can't expect ourselves to get it right all the time. Every day something happens. But the journey of discovery just keeps on going on. And the depth of peace increases all in all. So just wanted to share this message with you, and wishing each and every one of you lots and lots of love filled with peace. So from I, your peaceful brother soul, I wish you, my sweet brother soul, lots of peace. You are peace, I am peace, and nature is inherently peaceful. So, thank you, and until next time, Om Shanti.